This podcast is brought to you by the Alien Soda Company, your connection to pop culture and paranormal themed merch. AlienSodaCompany.shop for all things out of this world.
Hey everybody, today we're diving into the mind-bending world of astral projection. Let's talk about it on this episode of the Paranormal Mind Podcast. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Paranormal Mind Podcast.
What's up, everybody?
You know, and you refrained for a couple of episodes, and I knew this was coming back.
I knew it was coming.
It's because they're all colorful, and I just want to...
Oh, I know. And for everybody listening, we apologize in advance. I know this soundboard shit can get really aggravating at times.
It sure can, because I want to do it all the time.
I think we need a new soundboard engineer.
No, we just need some new effects. I am getting tired of the ones that are on here. I'm going to put some new ones on there.
Oh, Lord.
Freshen it up a little bit.
You don't have that what did he say one still, do you?
What did he say?
Come on now. I'm going to have that one forever.
Is that you saying it, though? Really?
No,
No.
it's a
It
clip.
sounds like Josh.
What did he say?
It sounds like Josh.
It's a clip, man. It's
Yeah,
everybody.
Dude, I
Thank
thought
you.
it was him the entire time.
Thank you. I wish I sounded
Josh
like
is
that.
just sitting at home making.
Dude,
That's what I thought he did.
You know there are people that do that. So,
Yeah.
you know.
That's what I thought he did because he gets too excited about these sound effects. So, but anyway, imagine this. You're lying down, your physical body completely relaxed, but your consciousness takes flight. And Josh's goes straight to the Mothman's ass. His lips are No, I'm just kidding.
Gonna
Okay.
get that sensual feeling.
Okay, no. All right. So it separates from your corporeal form and embarks on a journey beyond the boundaries of space and time. It's like a wild out-of-body experience where you explore different dimensions and planes of existence. This is astral projection.
Why does this sound so
you talking
sexual?
like
This is
that?
astral projection, and it's one of the most mind-blowing phenomena out there.
like moaning into the microphone.
You know what?
when you
I could
talk.
do what I want.
I'm getting aroused.
It's like you're doing like an audio book for like.
What?
It's either I can mispronounce words.
That's what the
or I
ladies
can talk
like. They
too
like
fast.
that smut these
And
days.
you can't hear me right now because they're talking over me.
Sorry. I'm sorry, sir. What did you say? What is it? Is it sensual?
What did he say?
I'm taking over the soundboard. All right, now astral projection isn't a new concept. It has been part of human history for ages. Ancient civilizations like the Egyptians and Hindus had beliefs and practices related to astral travel. Even the legendary poet William Butler Yeats dabbled in it. But it was the 19th century Theosophists.
The what?
I don't know.
I dabble in it.
Theosophists who coined the term astral projection and brought it into the spotlight. So what exactly happens during astral projection? Well, according to those who claim to have experienced it, there's a subtle body known as the astral body or body of light. It's this ethereal vehicle that allows consciousness to separate from the physical vessels and venture into the astral plane. It's like you're floating through a multi-dimensional realm free from the limitations of your earthly shell. The accounts of astral projection are mind-boggling. Some speak of visiting otherworldly landscapes, interacting with celestial beings, and assessing hidden knowledge. You might explore ancient Egyptian realms, converse with the spirits of departed loved ones, or even travel to distant stars. It's like a cosmic adventure where your imagination becomes reality. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is astral projection real, or is it just a product of vivid dreams and hallucinations? Well, scientifically speaking, there's no concrete evidence to support its existence, of course, and that's why we talk about it a lot. Skeptics argue that it's all in the mind, a trick of the imagination. But hey, sometimes life's mysteries defy scientific explanation, and that's where the thrill lies, and that's why the paranormal field, the paranormal mind, the paranormal field exists because we have something to talk about and something to investigate, right? So whether astral projection is a profound spiritual experience or a journey into the depths of our own minds, it captivates our imagination. It challenges our understanding of reality and opens up a realm of possibilities. So here's people of note who have claimed to astral travel, they had these experiences. First up, we've got Sylvain Muldoon, an American author who documented his out-of-body experiences in a book called The Projection of the Astral Body. This guy went deep into the astral realm and shared all of his insights with the world. Then we've got Robert Monroe, the man behind the Monroe Institute. He wrote a series of mind-bending books called Journeys Out of the Body.
Are they the same people that got contracted with the government to do the gateway?
Yeah, I believe so.
Patent.
With the remote viewing and stuff.
Yeah.
So Monroe was all about exploring consciousness and finding ways to travel beyond the limits of our physical selves. And let's not forget about Ingo Swann, the remote viewing maestro. He not only had psychic abilities, but also claimed to had out-of-body experiences. This guy was all about pushing the boundaries of human perception. And we've also got William Bowman, an author who took his passion for astral projection to new heights. His books, like Adventures Beyond the Body and Secret of the Soul, shared his personal experiences and offer guidance for those who want to take their minds on a wild trip. And then there's Jürgen Ziewe, I guess.
You were doing
Hold on.
so good.
It's Ziewe. So Zooey. I don't know. So it's Jürgen, whatever that is. Okay. An artist and author who's traveled through the astral realm and documented its mind-bending journeys. His books, Multidimensional Man and Vistas of Infinity, will have your brain doing
That's a
somersaults.
hero I want to be, multi-dimensional man.
But last but not least, we've got Robert Bruce, a dude who's an expert in astral projection and energy work. He's written books like Astral Dynamics and Mastering Astral Projection to help people unlock the secrets of leaving their bodies behind. Now, I know some people might say that astral projection stuff is just fantasy or hallucination, but these people, they swear by their experiences. So whether you believe it or not, it's hard to deny the fascination and mystery surrounding astral travel. It's like exploring the great unknown, the uncharted territories of our own consciousness. Now, here's some possible theories that we can talk about. All right, so what can astral projection be? Let's look at some of these theories. First off, we've got out-of-body experience theory. Your consciousness separates from your physical body and embarks on a cosmic joyride through different dimensions. So it's like being a spiritual astronaut exploring the vast reaches of the universe. Some believe that during astral projection, you tap into your astral body or body of light and go into an interdimensional adventure. It's like an episode of Stranger Things, but happening inside your own mind. Then we got the lucid dreaming perspective. So imagine you're in a dream, but you suddenly become aware that you're dreaming. You're like, holy shit, I'm dreaming. And boom, you can control that dream, fly around, and visit places you've never even imagined. But some people think astral projection is just next level lucid dreaming. You're not physically leaving your body. You're just entering a hyper real dream state where you're the director and the star of the show. Now get this, psychosomatic projection. This is a trippy one. It suggests that your own mind has the power to create an experience of being outside your body through sheer imagination and suggestion. It's like your brain is playing tricks on you, making you believe you're floating around in the astral realm. It's like a wild hallucination where your mind is the ultimate magician pulling off mind-bending tricks. But there's even more. We can't forget about altered states of consciousness. Imagine you're meditating or doing some crazy breath work. You know, the Wim Hof method and all that stuff where he teaches about breathing. He's the guy that can spend insane amount of time like in cold, freezing water. And he controls his breathing and he can keep his core temperature at a certain level. It's freaking wild. But his book, The Wim Hof Method, I've been reading it and it's amazing. It's taken me forever to read it, but I'm going to read
Shocker.
it. Where am I at now? Shocker. All right, so lastly, we got the spiritual and metaphysical perspectives. Picture your soul or consciousness temporarily leaving your physical body and embarking on a cosmic journey to commune with spiritual beings or gain higher knowledge. So it's like your spirit becomes a traveler venturing into the unknown and expanding consciousness through limitations of the physical realm. It's like meeting Yoda in the astral plane and getting some serious Jedi wisdom. Now, keep in mind, though, these are just theories and interpretations. The truth is, astral projection is a fascinating and mysterious mysterious phenomenon that continues to boggle our minds. Whether you believe it's a real out-of-body experience, a mind-altering dream state, a trick of the imagination, or a spiritual journey, one thing is for sure. Astral projection will keep you questioning the very nature of reality itself. You know, I wanted to talk about this a little bit, and and this is another thing behind the scenes. We got our cameraman saying there's actually a WikiHow page on the 11 steps of how to perform astral projection. Yeah. And I've actually got a friend that has said that he's a skeptic, by the way. It's a hardcore like atheist skeptic guy who said that he's done the astral projection thing multiple times, and he's actually studied to try to put himself in that state, and he's actually done it a couple of times by focusing on it, whatever his weird way that he does. You know, I even told him, I said, well, look, with you being a skeptic and not even believing in like spirits or anything, what do you think this is? And he's like, I don't know, man, but it's cool. I love it. I want, you know, to me though, it's terrifying. Yeah. Because what if for some reason your spirit you can't get back?
What if somebody else gets in your body?
The plot of Insidious.
Insidious, man. Whenever they opened that door and it was pitch black, I was a whole shit no. This is not.
Well, you know, I've heard stories of people who tried to test the theory of like whether it was real or not, and like one person would put a deck of cards on top of their refrigerator and they would flip one over on the top, and then that other person was supposed to astral project to their house and tell them what the top card
was.
And I mean,
interesting.
Was it successful? You know what we need to do?
Do it
ourselves. We need to do an experiment of that on an upcoming Searchers episode.
Oh, it's a good idea.
Yeah. So like even if we are not physically at that place filming that night, do something that only one of us knows.
Ooh.
And then film the whole process.
And see if
that would be freaking amazing.
That is a good idea. Yeah.
Let's try it. In fact, July 28th, let's do it.
Yeah.
After you just said you were terrified of it.
Well, no, I'm going to be the one that.
Oh, you're not going to be the one that does it.
I'm going to be the one documenting, okay, I'm hiding this card up here on this refrigerator, and Ray and Josh are going to go into the abyss, and hopefully they return.
But what happens if it's right? You're going to feel like, oh, shit.
I volunteer to go to sleep.
No, you know what, though? No, you know what? I'll do it, too. I think we all need to do it at certain aspects of it. But you know what? I think if we could actually do something like that,
that'd be cool.
That flips so much stuff on its head.
Sign me up.
That flips so much stuff on its head, because think about this. We talked about before, like,
imagine what you'd be able to see in a haunted location if you were on a different plane.
What if that's the plane that we need to be on all the time? What if that's the plane that we're
all about to get
to get wild?
Dude, you know what?
And murdered right outside of this door.
And better live stream this one.
And I've already been talking with Bill Chappell, and we've got some experiments set up. I'm going to see if we can tweak it just a little bit.
Yeah. He's got to make us hallucinate.
You just take a bunch of melatonin and try to stay up.
Sounds terrifying.
Can you imagine? God, Josh can't even drink one alcoholic beverage without going loopy.
They're everywhere.
That will be a big mistake.
Oh my God.
But dude, I think we really need to try that, because have y'all ever astral projected, or what? I have.
I do it every Tuesday.
No, I have. So here's a story. When I was a teenager, okay, I got in trouble from my dad, my stepdad, and this is kind of like the old hag stuff, but it was
sleep
weird.
paralysis.
So it was sleep paralysis, but this was crazy, because I think that he, like, something from him astral projected or whatever, because he sent me to my room. It was summertime. It was like 4:30 in the afternoon. I was pissed off. I was like, man, it's still light outside. You know, it's Georgia.
Yeah.
And all this time change crap. Right. Anyway, it was 4:30. I was like, man, I'm not ready to. He said, get your ass in bed, because I apparently did something wrong, I guess. So I was pissed off, and I went to bed, and I was
do what I want, Dad. I was slam the door.
I was laying laying on my side towards the wall, and not even 5 minutes go by. I wasn't even asleep. I know this because I was too pissed off. I feel what only I can describe as like a cold, evil wind behind me.
An evil wind?
Yeah, that's the only way I can describe it, because every hair stood up, and then I hear right behind my neck, I hear what sounded like my I can't even talk because of this. but right behind my neck, I hear what sounds like my stepdad growling.
See, I wasn't that far off.
Like with anger, just like, and you can feel like it was like an evil chill. But I couldn't move. I couldn't say anything.
Like that's a really good story. But I'm picturing you
It's a really good story.
as like the young pictures of you with your little puka shell necklace and your goatee, like just pouting in the corner of your room, looking like Colin Farrell.
And then meanwhile, somebody's in the background.
Yeah, going.
Okay, no, I wasn't at the shell stage yet. Okay, but it freaked me out. So whenever I could actually move, I jump up and I run into the living room.
Did you growl at me, Dad?
No, I said, Dad, were you in my room? I was like, what the hell? You know? And he was like, you're just trying to make excuses to get up. You know, you're still punished. Go back to bed. He was watching football. I'm like, but it was so terrifying. So like, if that was a portion of him, or if that was like a piece of him, this is really fascinating stuff. And then I've also had astral projection stuff where it was like I was dreaming, but I would get up and I would walk through my house. A light would be turned on or something, and some really specific stuff. Yeah. And then I'd be like, what the, because I felt like I was out of my body. I get up and everything was exactly how I saw it just like moments before.
Oh, that's weird.
Really,
like
really.
Deja vu.
Yeah. Like on like overdrive. I've had things like that happen. It fascinates me, but scares me at the same time because again, like what if you can't come back from that? Even my wife, Esther, has experienced that same stuff where, you know, she would be walking around and everything, like she would see us sleeping, weird things like that.
Yeah. My wife has like sleep paralysis all the time where she's seen like the shadow in the corner and all that crazy stuff. So yeah, I've had to wake her up in the time that we've been together. I've probably had to wake her up like 10 or 15 times.
Really?
She's just been like panicking. Yeah. Huh. And she'll just be over there. She won't even be moving, but she'll just be moving just enough and like whimpering. And it's
weird, dude. That's creepy.
You think that anxiety kind of induces it? Maybe it's anxiety induced.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it could.
Or does that contribute to your anxiety?
But then, you know, there's the theory of the Hat Man.
Yeah.
The guy that like all over the globe, different people have seen him and they can describe him perfectly, but nobody knows who he is.
Shadow figure with a very like pronounced hat on.
Yeah, he's got like a fedora on.
Which I have seen him before too as a teenager.
Really?
Yep.
There's a really good documentary about sleep paralysis called The Nightmare. That like
where can you watch that?
I don't know. Sometimes it's on Netflix. Sometimes it's on Amazon Prime.
I'm sure if you search Amazon,
probably
you'll find
Google it.
Well, so here's a little homework assignment then for us three. Like we need to maybe research a little bit more about astral projection, how to do it. Maybe the wiki how.
We'll go to the wiki how and
the wiki how.
Step by step.
But let's actually do a deep dive and see
I'm
what
going to
we can
astral
do.
project to your house and drop kick you in the chest.
Well, as long as I'm clothed.
Yeah. Please, okay. God, be clothed.
Yeah,
that's going to be spooky and weird.
You will witness a marvel if you show up without my clothes.
It's going to be like Mothman's fat ass.
Yeah. Oh God, fat ass. Why are you obsessed with asses? Why are you obsessed with asses? Answer the question, Josh.
Yeah.
Are you an ass man?
This podcast is about to take a wrong turn.
All right, so that concludes this episode. No, I mean, we're pretty much done. Anyway.
Yeah, there's nothing else to say. Let's leave it at that.
But anyway, I really do feel our next filming.
That'd be cool. This would be a really great dynamic.
Yeah, it falls in our wheelhouse of things that we do.
Yeah, because we're always trying to do things that you don't see all the time. So it could be worth it, and we could have no results, or it could be results that, like, literally, if this produces results, it would be no different than like
all the other stuff that we've had.
Well, I mean, a medium or somebody who sees things or who feels things that they can't show you that they've felt, they can just give you that information. And then
well, and it goes along the same vein of like remote viewing, where you can actually view other places. In fact, the government has
spent a lot of money
on remote viewing and actually has had success with it.
They've had some success with it, not enough to make anything
make
out
a
of
definitive answer about it.
But But I mean, if we can do something that kind of proves that we can see other areas.
I think all of that stuff is what drove to the MK Ultra phase of everything.
Oh, yeah.
Is because they thought that maybe they would have better success if you took acid.
Well, and like ayahuasca and stuff too. That's another one where you take trips and it's like a spiritual journey.
Right.
Yeah. So again, what does that do though? It unlocks what? The brain, the mind.
Yeah.
So that
The third eye.
like we're talking about.
brown eye.
Oh God, the brown eye. What are y'all talking about? Good Lord. But again, it shows what our minds are really capable of if given the right conditions and stuff. So
for sure.
maybe I'm going to talk to Bill Chappell, see if maybe we can tweak some things with the experiment and really.
We can't do any psychedelics.
No. But I think the important piece.
You said that so disappointingly, like
Well,
we can't
I mean,
do
we
can't.
psychedelics.
It's true.
I know.
It is disappointing.
It's very disappointing, but
Whatever.
It's okay. It's okay. But
Patreon hasn't taken off.
Can
that much.
can he give us something that would make it psychedelic? That's not a drug.
I think if he tweaks
Can he
some
do
things
something?
with the mind blocker glasses, I think this
This is starting to
possibility.
feel like we're like making our own MK Ultra.
That's, I mean, I'm down.
We got to be careful what we talk about.
Yeah.
Got to be careful.
God dang it, man.
But anyway, stay tuned for that. All of you that are listening or watching, stay tuned for that because we're going to try some really kick-ass experiments pretty soon. But thank y'all for listening to this episode of the podcast. Before we get going, please make sure you go to aliensodacompany.shop. There are our sponsors. Again, like I said, we can't say enough good things about them.
they have a bunch of
the
stuff.
merchandise for anything out of this world. So UFO, extraterrestrial stuff, ghosts,
Maybe some
anything,
astral
anything, you
projection
name
stuff
it.
at some point.
So coffee mugs, shirts, the shower curtains,
Shower curtains. They have
coasters, rugs, all kinds of stuff.
Mouse pads.
I think they even have like bed sheets.
Very
So
cool.
that's
Very cool.
pretty
So
awesome.
aliensodacompany.shop. Please go and check them out. Use code searchers for 10% off of your order. aliensodacompany.shop. And thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Paranormal Mind podcast. And until the next episode, searchers out, guys.
Love you guys.
See ya.